Here's the latest chapter of One Piece, completely out of context.
Help! Help!
Powerful Nerdcast assemble!
Stay dandy, baby. Greetings, my friends. I'm Corey the Ace Guru, and welcome to another chapter review of One Piece. And this is the one that I think we've all been waiting for, where we finally get to see Luffy and Kaido throwing down with one another, trading blows, having lightning explode from their fucking foreheads. This was an epic chapter. Before we jump into that, I would just like to go ahead and appease the YouTube algorithmic gods. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. If you are already subscribed, make sure you're always smashing that bell button. It's gonna let you know when all of my videos are officially released. And if you do just simply like my content, go ahead and hit the like button. It's real easy to do, helps out these videos tremendously. You could also consider being a total badass and checking out my Patreon page, where you can make a small monthly donation, which will go a long way in helping to support this channel. I would also love to add your name to this list of all of these super awesome people right here. These are officially the pirate crew members of Ace Guru. But let's go ahead and jump into this chapter right here, which for the most part was pretty much wholly dedicated to the battle between Luffy and Kaido, and it does not disappoint. This is one of those chapters that is essentially just entertaining because it's a feast for the eyes. There's just a lot of really cool visuals in this chapter, but even still, they managed to get us at the very end with one hell of a cliffhanger ending, seeing the return of a massive character, as well as the implication that there's another big secret which is about to be revealed to the audience. Before we get to all of this good material, let's talk about the cover story in this chapter, which again, nothing really all that flashy, just continuing the story of Germa 66. And we get to see that Judge and Reiju and Ichiji are hanging atop their castle after presumably one hell of a battle, or at least running away from the Big Mom pirates. There's not much to talk about here, it's just an overall decent image, but then we jump into the main chapter itself, and this is where things honestly get really great, as we get to see Kaido just get fucking smashed, ripped, torqued, stinko. Kaido the dragon dude gets drunk as shit. And Kaido is a man who loves his booze. Like Randy Marsh, he's just really cultured.
It's called a smorgasbord, and it's elegantly cultural.
What's really great about Kaido drinking, again, is just visually it's really funny. I mean, he just grabs a giant barrel of sake and just starts throwing it back. But the fact that he manages to go through like 3 distinctive personalities while he's hammered, I mean, this is like the drunk hat trick. At first, he's fun, he's boisterous, he loves the battle that he's having with Luffy, much to the anger of Luffy himself, who really wants to take this battle seriously. But Kaido just goes on the offensive. No matter what Luffy does, he just always ends up sending him back. Then suddenly, he just goes into a fit of massive depression, transforming into his dragon form and lamenting over the fact that he couldn't even protect Onigashima. And then before you know it, the dude is just supremely pissed off as he and Luffy decide to finally start trading some blows, which are deathly serious. This is one of the coolest parts of the entire chapter. There's one double spread in particular where Luffy is using his massive Gear 3rd elephant gun Gatling, and there you have Kaido, who's just defending against all of it, using his Kanobo, the giant freaking spiked club, and just swinging it around like a frigging madman, deflecting every single attack before eventually both of them manage to just slam each other in the face. It's metal. I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention some really great moments from Luffy as well, who, despite getting completely destroyed and wrecked by Kaido's abilities, manages to keep on kicking, quite literally in a few scenes where he manages to dodge his big attacks and ends up hitting him point blank with some really awesome looking kicks. I also gotta say, that headbutt moment between the two characters was icing on the kick-ass cake. That was a great moment. There's even like a big thing where you get to see their hockeys clashing during this moment. They don't even touch each other's foreheads. There's just this massive force that is going between them, causing all manner of destruction all around them as Onigashima continues to crumble from this epic battle. While all of this is incredibly awesome, it also paints Kaido as a somewhat depressing type of character. The fact that he has to rely on this much alcohol in order to enjoy himself and have something of an epic fight. There's still a lot about Kaido that we don't even know, and I have a feeling that when we get to the closer end of this battle, we finally might start to go into the backstory of who he is, where he came from, and the long journey that took him to where he is now, which presumably is going to come with some revelations about his previous relationship with some of his old members on his crew, maybe the Rock fox pirates. There's a lot of things that they actually have to reveal, but for now, I'm just gonna kick back and enjoy the fact that this fight is all sorts of fucking awesome. However, the chapter decides to end on something a little more substantial outside of just some really awesome kick-ass fight scenes. We actually get to go back to Marijoy, where the Gorosei, or the Five Elders, are, and they're having an important conversation about everything that's going on in Wano, such as the fact that they have got to get rid of Nico Robin. She's way too much of a problem here, and it would make sense for her to die in this battle according to them. It's a massive fight, someone's bound to die. And again, I mean, there's flags all over the place. There is the potential for a major character to kick the bucket, and really, of the Straw Hat Pirates, Nico Robin's head really is at the top of the chopping block. I don't want to see her get captured again, though, because we already had an entire arc dedicated to all of that stuff, and I have a feeling that they just wouldn't allow that to happen again. But the fact of the matter is, they make it clear that, yes, Nico Robin must be stopped. But while all of this chaos is ensuing, we go back to all of the Marines who are sort of watching from afar as this massive battle is taking place, when suddenly a massive figure starts to make its way through the mist towards them, and it just so happens to be Zunisha, the giant elephant of Zou. That's right, it's finally making its way here, and basically the Marines are fucked! It's moments like this, I bet the Marines are wishing they had Legolas on their team.
That still only counts as one!
And because that's not epic enough, they want to drop some other big information on us as they go back to the Five Elders who are discussing a mysterious devil fruit which has had its name changed. Now, I'm not sure what to take from this. They could be talking about 10 different things here. They're intentionally keeping this moment kind of cryptic. I mean, obviously they could be referring to Zunisha, the elephant, Zou, something on there. Maybe that's involved with the devil fruits in some way. Maybe its name was changed for some reason. They could quite literally be talking about Luffy and his Gumu Gumu. I mean, that is a very well-known devil fruit in the series, and there's no reason to keep it secret, but there might be something a little more special all about it. It could involve even the character of Tama, who has the ability to make those little dongo that can control animals. Maybe she fed one to Zunisha, maybe somehow that's involved. And really, that's the question of the week. What devil fruit are they talking about? Why was its name changed, and why is it so damned important? It's moments like this that make me realize we are getting that much closer to the real conclusion of One Piece. This chapter, in my opinion, was kind of a perfect chapter. I mean, I'm biased. I like action, especially when it looks really freaking rad like it does in this chapter. I mean, there are just so many great moments between Luffy and Kaido, but for them to drop like that big reveal of Zunisha at the end, and the fact that the elders are talking about some mysterious devil fruit which has been kept secret for so long, which could belong to X number of people, it's a great way to get viewers excited to see what's actually going to happen next. And really, that's the question I have for all of you. What devil fruit are they talking about? Why is it so important? And why has it been kept secret? Like I said, the possibilities are endless. It could be one of the main characters, a side character. For all we know, there's a mysterious forest on the back of Zunisha, which literally is just a forest of devil fruit trees. I mean, think about it. Devil fruits are incredibly elusive. They're hard to come by. What if that's because they were all existing on the back of this elephant, which is constantly moving around the ocean, thus they never have a clear place where they're actually going to be? Zou itself could contain the Garden of Devil Fruits. I'm not sure if that's possible or not, but I cannot wait to see how this is all eventually going to wrap up. So, what's the rundown on the latest chapter of One Piece? Like I said, this one really is all about the action, and it pretty much delivers on every single front. I will say that my only caveat with the chapter is that I do want it to get a little bit more serious with the battle. I mean, I like Kaido and his overall fighting style, the fact that essentially he is a drunken boxer dragon man, but I also want to see him get a little more serious. I want him to choose one personality and kind of stick with it just a little bit more, because I think that's just going to add a little bit more of the intensity to this overall battle. What is important, though, is that Kaido is at least recognizing that Luffy is incredibly powerful, and that's why he is drinking. He's celebrating this moment, having a great time. The festival is going on, and he's actually a part of it, despite the fact that everyone has been trying to murder his ass ever since Luffy and his crew entered Onigashima. And this just continues to paint Kaido as this incredibly scary and monstrous dude. As for Luffy, what he's going to have to do to actually take him down, he's going to have to bring, I think, a little bit more of his A-game to this battle. I mean, we're going to have to see some transformations from him. We're going to have to see some brand new abilities. Maybe they're gonna have to bring back Snake Man. Maybe they're gonna have to bring back Bounce Man. Maybe there's going to be a brand new man form. I don't really know. I just know that things are finally starting to intensify a little bit with this battle now that we sort of wrapped up all of the other major ones. There's still a few lingering threads, of course. I mean, you know, we still got to see what's going to be happening with Big Mom. CP0 still hanging around. I mean, there's a lot of things that they're going to have to wrap up with this arc, but right now, it looks like we could be entering Endgame for Luffy versus Kaido, and I can only hope that it's actually going to end up having some payoff. But this chapter right here certainly did that in the sense of its action and its amazing artwork. There are some really great moments from this chapter. My two favorite ones being the big headbutt moment, and of course that moment where they're attacking each other with their gatlings and with the giant like club that Kaido's using. That was just an amazingly epic spread. I think a runner-up is also going to have to go to Luffy actually just kicking the shit out of Kaido twice. That was just satisfying as all hell. And Zunisha, again, at the end, that image of it like its shadow just coming in through the mist looks really awesome. I mean, we know how incredibly big and destructive this thing is, so this is not going to look good for the Marines. So, there it is. This chapter was just epic and jam-packed, elephant-sized, is great. That's why I have no problem giving this chapter a 5 out of 5. You guys should check it out. If you did, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts and theories on what this mysterious devil fruit is that the 5 elders are talking about. And that's it. I'll see you all next time. And as always, stay down there, baby.